Hi, my name is Paul Pringle. I'm the Managing Director of Solarglide Limited, and welcome to our product deep dive for our anti-glare solar screens for ships. So Solarglide were the first company in the world to obtain type approval for anti-glare solar screens in the maritime industry, and it's quite a proud achievement. You know, we managed to get the approval over 20 years ago, and we've maintained it ever since. And we wanted to get an approval for this product because we wanted to show that it was a maritime product for one, and we wanted to differentiate ourselves from the competition out there. And it worked. I mean, it was great at the time, and all our competition have kind of followed suit since then, which is great because it means that the product is fit for purpose and it's out there. So very proud of that. So the product's Lloyds Register type approved. Lloyds Register is the UK class society, and other class societies accept that approval for installation on board their ships as well. So we just have the one approval for this product, and it works brilliant. And it means that our product has been stringently tested, and that it's fit for purpose. And the film that we're putting on it performs in the way that it should, and it does everything that we claim it to do. So Lloyds Register is an ongoing type approval that we always apply for, and we have another 2 or 3 years left on the current approval, and it'll renew again thereafter. So very important approval for us, and we're trying to follow suit on lots of other products with similar approvals as the company continues to grow. As you can see, our standard product comes with an upper cassette. The purpose of the cassette is to protect the film when it's not in operation. The solar screen itself, the film, is very delicate, so it has to be looked after. The good thing about the way our product is on a ship is it's generally kept out of the way of the crew, so if it's not mishandled in any way, it will last for a very long time. I've been and revisited ships that have still got our products on 15, 20 years after they were originally installed, so they do last for a long time if they're looked after. It also has a bottom rail. As you can see, this is a light grey colour. This is our standard colour that we supply to the majority of ships around the globe. However, if anyone's got a particular requirement for another colour, we can powder coat the product to any Roule colour that's needed. So the way we do that is the client would say, look, our bridge area or our section of the vessel has all grey interior, therefore we wanted dark grey profiles. We would then ask them to give us the colour they desire. We can supply the Roule Colour chart for them to pick from, and then we get it powder coated and we supply it exactly how the client wants it. The mechanism that you see on here is called the double pulley system. The beauty of the double pulley system is that, as you can see, there's 2 pulleys in the bottom rail. It allows the blind to be set at any window on the ship, and as you can imagine, ships don't stay still. If there's bad stormy weather, they can move from side to side. So it's really important that our blinds stay as static as possible, because if they didn't have any kind of anchor points or cable guide system, which I'll come on to, then the blind would flap around and become damaged very easily, especially if the voyage that they're on isn't particularly very smooth. So this is a double pulley system. As you can see, it has an anchor point. There's a cord that goes all the way through, hidden behind the bottom rail, down to a small pulley system, and then to a cord cleat, which then can be tied off for safety purposes. Now, this is just a demo blind, but it shows you exactly how the product works. So I'll just quickly show you how it goes up and down. So as you can see, you pull that way to bring it down, and you go back up into the cassette like so. But if you wanted to set it at, say, midpoint, you would just put it into the cord cleat and then tie it off. Now, this particular product doesn't show our cable guide system, but we also offer additional cable guides if required, which come down the side of each side of the screen, and they give even greater stability. And they're particularly useful on windows that may be sloping inwards or outwards. Lastly, in terms of the features of the blind, we've got 4 different types of solar film that we use. All of them have a kind of grey appearance, a very light grey appearance from the internal side of the window. So anybody on the bridge looking out would just see a very, very slight tint. Whereas all depending on the colours that are available, which we've got 4 in total, we have silver, we have gold, we have grey, and we have bronze. And this particular one is grey. So if I turn it around the other way, it's also grey on the other side. However, for gold and silver, the outer edge, which is facing the window glass, that would have a reflective silver and a reflective gold quality, which reflects away a greater amount of solar heat and glare. And the statistics for the performance of these solar films can be found on our website. This cassette that you see here is what we call a 67mm cassette. This is our sort of medium range. We also have a smaller cassette, which is a 46mm, and we also have a much larger cassette which is referred to as the 90mm cassette. And depending on the size of the windows will depend on the cassette size that we offer, because the smaller the cassette, the greater the limitation for the amount of film you can actually get on the roller inside of the cassette. So what we do is, if a client gives us an inquiry, we will recommend the best sizes of cassette for that project, provided there's plenty of room to install that. This product would ideally be fitted onto the bridge or a wheelhouse of a ship, a ferry, or even a yacht. And the main focus of the product is that it's a safety tool for navigation. It combats extreme glare and extreme heat, which can be detrimental for the crew working on the bridge area. If the crew are extremely hot or dehydrated, it can really affect their performance. And if anyone's been on board a wheelhouse of a ship, especially a cruise liner, there's sometimes over 40 or 50 windows, and it can be like a really extremely hot greenhouse. The main benefits are that it combats glare and heat, but it also gives clear visibility at all times. So it's a great tool or a great aid for navigating in and out of ports to make sure you don't collide with other vessels and that sort of thing. But the other things that it does is it completely eliminates UV radiation, which is the dangerous rays that not only harm humans, but also they fade furnishings and make machinery overheat. So on the bridge of a ship, you have lots of expensive machinery, including radar systems, navigational equipment, lots of stuff that has to be looked after and maintained. And what our screens do is to keep the environment cool, which means that these machines don't overheat, which ultimately reduces the maintenance costs of these machines because they're being looked after and they're being kept at the right temperature. The sample that we have here is a rectangle window or a square window, and they're very common on ships. When you're in the industry or if you work on a ship, you'll notice that a lot of the windows are very awkwardly shaped. They may be trapezoidal. They may have what we call a taper on one side. A taper is when it's a diagonal rather than a straight line coming in. Often windows can have really ridiculous types of angles that are very difficult to find a solution for, but we kind of deal with this day in, day out, so we know exactly how to measure for that to make the blind the best it can be and to give the greatest coverage. We manufacture everything in-house, so we manufacture rectangle, squares, we do trapezoidal, we do left hand, right hand and equal tapers. We'll cater for anything in terms of what's needed to get the job done. So yeah, great flagship product. It's type approved by Lloyds Register, which means that it's fit for purpose for going on a seagoing vessel. And it comes with a 7-year warranty as well. All fittings and fixtures are supplied by us. Crew members can fit it themselves, or there's the option of using one of our professional installation teams to fit the blinds if needed. Thanks for tuning into our product deep dive, and if you want to find out more, you can visit our website www.solarglide.com, or you can contact us on email at theteam@solarglide.com, or you can find us on any of the social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.